please. Oh no. Why did I do this to myself? Why did I fire out the Origin Pulse? YouTube, today we're trying out a brand new team. This is Rayogre, I guess the series 12 edition. I really want to mess around with Rayogre with Scizor because we've seen a lot of Sun teams. I thought, you know, Rayquaza seems pretty solid, especially since it does get grass coverage for Gastrodon. I thought, you know, maybe that could like surprise a lot of the Gastrodon teams. I think it's a pretty underrated core at the moment right here. I really want to try it out, especially since I want to use Scizor again because I think it is a cool Pokemon in this format, even with like how Technician Scizor is really not that great. I really want to try out the Swarm set with the Calyx, Ice Rider, and Palkia teams out there. But let's see how it goes. If you do enjoy the videos, be sure to leave a like down below, leave a comment down below. It really does help me out. You can check out the payment available in the description down below for the details of the team. Try out the rent a code. You have 2 weeks to grab it before it expires, and a team builder will be coming out in the next couple days showcasing how I built this team. But let's get started and play some games. Yveltal, Groudon, Charizard, Regieleki, Gastrodon, and Grimmsnarl. Okay, a Sun team, which is good for my Rayquaza. Dealing with Yveltal though is a little bit difficult. However, I do have the tools to handle it. Incineroar is pretty good here in the matchup. Rayquaza is incredible, of course. Then the remainings, that's where it's going to be questionable because the Yveltal could be a little bit harder than I would expect. My Rhyperior can kind of go in though. My Rhyperior can definitely go in this matchup. I'm thinking no Ludicolo in this matchup. I don't think I need Ludicolo. It's not necessary at all. I like Rayquaza a lot. I like Incineroar. Rhyperior is just really good here, specifically because if I could save this Pokemon properly, I could just one-shot the Yveltal, and that would be really nice here. So I am going to lead my Rayquaza here with Incineroar. I think it's just like a really safe lead in general. And then in the back, I'm going to have my Kyogre and my Rhyperior. And yeah, I'm not really that worried about Charizard. Regieleki can be an issue, but I do have a Rhyperior with Lightning Rod, which is actually really good in this matchup because it'll be able to absorb the electric moves from that Regieleki. Electro, of course, can bypass that. However, we'll find out what my opponent decides to lead here. I do want to get rid of all the Pokemon around the Yveltal if possible, so I can save it for my Rhyperior endgame. We're going to see the Charizard plus the Regieleki lead straight off the bat. All right. As I do lead my Rayquaza and Incineroar, I really don't think I mind this position too much. I think I could just get a free max Quake Off into the Eleki slot. There are a few things that could happen though. They could Volt Switch here into, I guess they could go into Yveltal. I do really want to go for a max Quake though because they might be scared of switching to Airstream, which is also another possibility. I really do like the Airstream play here a lot into the Eleki. And I guess Parting Shot should be okay. I don't know which slot I should target though. Whether Charizard switches out or stays in is questionable. I think I'm just going to Parting Shot to Charizard and just go for the max Quake here. I really do like Dynamax Rayquaza right here because it can just start setting up and dishing out quite a bit. Scarf Kyogre in the back looks really good in the end game if I can set it up properly. And yeah, that's what I want to kind of position for here. Let's find out what my opponent wants to do, because again, I'm assuming the last 2 Pokemon at this point are going to be in the back. It's going to be, I would say, the Yveltal plus the Groudon, and I should be able to handle it. I could even see them not bringing out the Groudon, but we'll find out. We're going to see the Dynamax come out from Charizard, which is completely okay because Charizard really doesn't do much to my team. Like Wildfire is going to hurt, some Airstreams maybe, but it's going to be -1 unless they're able to pick up the Knockout and Incineroar, and I think they need either a Life Orb or maybe max Quake here. I don't know if Thunderbolt into Airstream can KO because I do have some Spadef on my Incineroar, but we'll find out. I do Dynamax my Rayquaza though. We do see. Let's find out what you're going to go for here because you can't switch into Groudon. Well, you can go into Groudon, I guess, but it's not going to do anything. The Airlock ability is in effect. We're going to see a Protect from Eleki, which makes sense because I could have went for a Fake Out double up, and that's why I didn't want to commit with that Fake Out, so I did go for the Parting Shot here. We do see actually the Max Quake come out from the Charizard into the Incineroar slot, so I should live. Yeah, because Charizard doesn't do that much damage naturally. Ooh, this is pretty good. Okay, I am able to get a Max Quake Off into the Eleki, and that's actually really solid here. And then I'm going to be able to pressure, I think I want to go out on a Kyogre. Yeah, I think Kyogre is pretty safe. I do go for the Max Quake here into the Eleki, which is really solid here. So Eleki does take quite a bit of chip damage, and I do get a special defense up for my Rayquaza, which means my Rayquaza is even going to be harder for my opponent to handle later in the game. I do want to go for a, I don't think I want to Airstream. I think I just want to take the knockout on Eleki. I'm pretty sure we do get that Parting Shot off into Charizard though. which is absolutely huge. Gonna prevent the damage output that the Charizard can really do here now. Rhyperior or Kyogre? If I go Kyogre, I can bait the attack from Aleki, take the knock on Aleki, and once Aleki's gone, I think Scarf Kyogre can really just win the game. So I think we just go Kyogre and bait that electric move from the Aleki. Hopefully it's not Volt Switch. I mean, Volt Switch is kind of rare now on Aleki, but it's definitely a potential option choice here. I really do want to take the knock on Aleki though. And I think I'm going to go for a Quake again, or I could go for a Dragon, which isn't a bad play either. Do I want to get greedy? Here's the question. I don't have to go for a Max Quake here. So I think I just go for the Dragon because I'm pretty sure it knocks out the Aleki. It catches the Groudon if there is a Volt Switch and the Yveltal. So I think I'd rather just make the good mid ground here than get a little bit greedy and get another Max Quake boost when I really don't need it. Let's bring out the Incineroar again for the... Well, Intimidate helps if this is a physical variant, but most likely a special. It shouldn't really matter too much. Let's find out what my opponent decides to go for here. It's going to be Volt Switch. Okay. Into the Rayquaza, not the Kyogre. Wow. That is a very interesting choice right there. All right. So they ignore the Kyogre completely. Groudon's going to come in. So I do get a huge Max Dragon off, and I really do appreciate the damage into the Groudon with Max Dragon. Again, we're trying to open up the doors for Rhyperior, and if it is Volt Switch Aleki, I'm assuming it's straight electric move Aleki. And if that's the case, then if I can get rid of these Pokemon, it's huge. They go for Airstream here into my Incineroar. Okay. They're -1, and they don't have the solar power because of the airlock ability. So this is completely okay for me. I will gladly take this position here. And then a Max Dragon going to fire off into the Groudon slot, which is going to hurt quite a bit to that Groudon. Oh man, that knocked out. Is that a crit? No, that's just natural damage. That was an offensive Groudon. We normally see bulky Groudon, but that was definitely a non-bulky Groudon right there. And yeah, no special defensive estimate means it can't really survive the attacks right there. And the Max Dragon just Okos, which is huge. Gastrodon comes in. Oh no, that is not the Pokemon you want to see against Rayquaza with the Max Overgrow as an option. They didn't even bring the Yveltal, which means I guess my Rhyperior is not doing much in this matchup, but oh, I don't think they're ready for this. I don't need Rhyperior anymore, right? I mean, Incineroar really isn't useful here either, so I guess I just sack Incineroar. It's okay if I lose Incineroar here. I just get the free Kyogre in, right? And then I just go for the Overgrow into Gastrodon right here. We're going to see the Gastrodon Protect, which is cool, as I can parting shot out the Charizard or let this go down, which is completely fine. They go for the Wildfire here into the Rayquaza, so they're just trying to get some damage off, but as you can see, there's no damage to the Rayquaza because it's -1. I do have the Assault Vest and Resist, of course. Max Overgrow is going to come out into the Gastrodon, and that's the thing. My team kind of baits the Gastrodon and the Rayquaza. Energy Ball. That Gastrodon is not safe with the Energy Ball tech right here. Able to get some fantastic damage into the Gastrodon. And I'm able to reposition my Incineroar once again. We're going to... Ooh, Citrus Berry. Interesting choices here. Okay. Normally we just see leftovers. Citrus Berry is interesting for some double ups. But of course, Calyx Shadow Rider is such a scary Pokemon to face against. Especially, and also the Calyx Ice Rider with the Unnerve. Let's go Kyogre here, and let's just fire for Water Spout and Energy Ball. Like, my opponent doesn't have switch-ins. The worst that the Charizard can really do is go for Hurricane Confusions or Air Slash Flinches. That's literally the worst that they can do, and I always get a knockout regardless here. Energy Ball into the Gastrodon. Should be able to pick up a knockout, and maybe I should Origin Pulse. Do I have to? I guess there's nothing wrong with just Origin Pulsing here, because the Charizard's faster than my Kyogre. And yeah, I will take Residual. They're +1. Yeah, they're +1, right? Because they got Airstream, they got Max Quake, and they went for Wildfire. Yeah, so they don't have +2 Speed Def. Origin Pulse should KO. I just go for an Energy Ball here. I don't know. I really kind of want to go for a Water Spout right here, or a Thunder even, but I don't want to go for Thunder because I'd rather punish Aleki on a switch in if they go like an aggressive Aleki read for some reason. So yeah, let's just fire off an Origin Pulse here on the Charizard. I'm pretty sure that Rhyperior wins the game at this point, but yeah, they go for the Air Slash. They're trying to flinch down my Rayquaza. Okay, if I get even if they can't knock out the Rayquaza, no way. Ice Beam Freeze, I guess, could be an option here. We're gonna get an Origin Pulse off into the Charizard. It picks up the knockout. Oh, it doesn't actually. Wow. Huh. Okay. Ice Beam does come out. It is +1, but we do have +1 Speed Def. I guess we don't take it as well, but we could have, of course, retreat our Rayquaza. There's something wrong with retreating our Rayquaza here to win the game. Did I mess up, actually? Yeah, we'll still live with Wildfire, but maybe I did mess up. It is Air Slash. It's really not too bad, though. I'm trying to make sure I don't mess up this end game. Hold on. I do have the Rayquaza still available. Yeah, how many turns of Wildfire left? 2? Yeah, there's 2 turns of Wildfire. I want to boost the Gastrodon again. I really would like not to. So I guess Incineroar is always the play here and just Origin Pulse. Yeah, I think that's fine. So we go for Origin Pulse into Charizard. Yeah, I see how the endgame works now. Okay. So we go for the Origin Pulse here. We swap out to the Rayquaza. We go out into our Incineroar right here. And we should be pretty safe. I'm pretty sure we'll have this game sealed up. Let's find out. Even if they knock out my Kyogre or Incineroar right here. Let's see. As long as we hit our attacks. Of course, the Charizard's going to protect here, which is cool. Which means I don't take an Air Slash or thing. Oh, they went for a double protect. Oh, they want the Wildfire to KO the Rayquaza, which makes a lot of sense. Okay. So Origin Pulse is going to be fired off here. Doesn't change much. However, I get to fake out the Gastrodon, or I could fake out the Charizard, I guess. I could also just go for a Throat Chop into the Charizard as well and retreat my Kyogre, but I really don't see a reason to retreat my Kyogre here. I'd rather just go for a fake out into Gastrodon and stall out a turn. Yeah, I think I'm just going to go for a fake out into the Gastrodon here, and I'm going to go for an Origin Pulse. It punishes Regieleki. We prevent the opponent from getting a KO here, I'm pretty sure. Unless they get a Scorching Sand crit, I got to hit the Origin Pulse at least. This is why I wanted to go for Water Spout, as I didn't think the Charizard was going to do that much damage in the first place. They go for an Air Slash and Incineroar, which is cool. Okay, please hit the Charizard so they can't Protect Stall me. That'd be really nice. Nice, okay. And then Wildfire is being stalled out. We have a Rhyperior in the back, which should be able to seal this. We KO the Charizard there. And yeah, I think this upcoming turn, we just go hard into Rhyperior, I'm pretty sure, because we have Lightning Rod. We have a Focus Sash intact, so we'll be able to survive any attack coming up. And yeah, we just go for an Origin Pulse here and a swap to my Rhyperior. And then, assuming we hit the Origin Pulse on Eleki, then Rayquaza just finishes up the game because no more Wildfire. Energy Buzz going to get fired off in the Gastrodon and always be able to pick up the knockout that range. So I kind of threw this early on. I had a really good lead, and then I kind of just like didn't really consider that I was also boosting the Gastrodon and how much Ice Beam did. I thought my Rayquaza would have also taken that a bit better with the Assault Vest, but yeah, let's go Rhyperior here. And let's go for the Origin Pulse. As long as we knock out the Eleki before Rayquaza comes in, we should always just win the game right here. And that's really the important part. So let's go for the swap here and an Origin Pulse. I don't know if they're going to go for Protect. If they go for Protect with Eleki, that's fine too, because Gastrodon can either get damage off into Kyogre. Maybe they pick up a knockout. I don't think they do with +2 or +3 stages. And then I just target the Eleki the next turn and I fake out the Gastrodon. And I'm assuming again that the Eleki can't hit my Rhyperior because of the Lightning Rod, so they can't break my Sash that way. So we swap out the Incineroar here into Rhyperior. I don't know if they're going to target the Kyogre or not. Let's find out. Yep, they went for Electrode, which is cool too. As long as it wasn't Thunderbolt or Volt Switch, this isn't going to pick up the knockout on the Kyogre because it's not Specs. If it was Specs, maybe, but yeah, no Specs means it shouldn't. And then hit the Origin Pulse Kyogre and we win the game. If not, could get a little bit complicated, but maybe it's not over. Oh no. They are power my Kyogre now. Ooh, that could have been worse. That could have been bad. Okay, we're fine still. Rain stops. I guess if no, Eleki can never get back to Sash. Oh, I guess we still have to hit moves. I still have to hit moves. I regret going for Origin Pulse. Well, if I was locked into Water Spout, it wasn't the best play either. I go into Incineroar right here. I go for Fake Out into Gastrodon. I go for a high horsepower into the Eleki. It's kind of a shame how strong of a position and lead wise I had, and then it kind of just like started slipping. But yeah, a 95% accurate move here. We fake out the Gastrodon. We high horsepower to Eleki. Please don't miss. They protect, which is fine. They need like triple. I'm pretty sure triple. Okay, they go for Protect with Gastrodon. Okay, I guess high horsepower would still do a good amount to the Gastrodon, but again, if we get rid of Eleki, that means they can't outspeed my Rayquaza, and then Rayquaza just energy balls the Gastrodon in the late game. We go for the high horsepower here into Eliki, and we also go for a Flare Blitz here because they need a double here. If they get the double, oh wait, if they get the double, they probably just win if they target my Incineroar. Well, they need to hit an Electro Web too. Oh no. Oh no. Maybe this was not okay. They fired off the Electro Web. We're good. I hope. Please hit Rhyperior, please. Oh no. Why did I do this to myself? Why did I fire off the Origin Pulse? Okay, we're good. Goodbye, Eliki. Eliki down. We win the game with Rayquaza Energy Ball. That's not how oh wait, we were faster than Gastrodon even after Electro Up. I guess that Gastrodon it's slow. It doesn't have speed. Or at least neutral speed. It's definitely a min speed variant. Or at least has lower speed IVs. Oh, and they overpowered the Rhyperior too. Okay. So yeah, we were fine. Oh, that could have that could have been something, huh? That could have been something, but thankfully it was not. We win the end game with Rayquaza at this point and secure the game. Oh man. Okay. Kind of forgot about how much Gastrodon can do with Ice Beam and how even within the Assault Vest, this Rayquaza is not exactly the bulkiest Rayquaza out there. I still like a lot of special attack and speed. So I kind of really underestimated that damage that Gastrodon could do there. Alongside the Wildfire, I lost Rayquaza there. It could have been very deadly. I didn't think we would lose Rayquaza, but I didn't think it would come down that close to losing the Rayquaza there. And I also thought that Origin Pulse would be able to knock out the Charizard, but then again, I guess it wasn't an Origin Pulse in rain, but still, that is an Origin Pulse from Kyogre. It still does a lot. Even with +1 Spadef on Charizard, I'm still actually amazed that we weren't able to pick up the knockout right there. But oh, thankfully we did not. Well, we did kind of throw that game, but yeah, next time I don't go for that play. I think I just go for a safe Thunder at that point. And probably retreat Rayquaza because Rayquaza could just win the end game, especially next to Rhyperior. So definitely could have played around. Sun, perfect. We got Groudon, Charizard, Incineroar, Gastrodon, the Grimmsnarl, and the Zacian right here. Okay, this matchup I pretty much enjoy, I think, because I do have like a lot of tools that's really good against Sun. I do have Rayquaza, I do have Kyogre, which is really good against their entire team generally. I have quite a few options here. Incineroar lead is looking really strong here. I really do like Incineroar lead. The question is, who do I want as my last Pokemon? Because I don't need Rhyperior in this game. Ludicolo, I guess, is pretty useful. Although I do plan on maxing my Rayquaza in this endgame. I guess Ludicolo is still very useful. Yeah, at the end of the day. Scizor is actually not that bad here because it's a decent mon against the Zacian. But who would they bring here if I was my opponent? I think that you're forced to bring the Gastrodon. I think you're forced to bring Groudon. And then Zacian. And then it's either Grimmsnarl. If it's Grimmsnarl, no screens would be really nice. If I don't have to deal with screens in this matchup, oh, that would be amazing here. That'd be absolutely amazing. I think Incineroar plus Ludicolo was fine, but the thing about bringing the Ludicolo is that it's always weird here against specifically dealing with the Gastrodon. So I think I'm gonna bring these four here. I'm gonna try it. I'm gonna bring the Scizor here just as either if they lead Grimmsnarl like Zacian, I have a pretty strong Sword Stance option, or I could just go for the Iron Head, try to knock out Grim before a screens really get set up. Specifically Light Screen. If Reflect goes up, it doesn't really change that much for me. But Light Screen's really difficult. And then maybe Rhyperior was the right call. But Gastrodon plus Charizard is not what I would expect here, but okay. I do lead my Rayquaza plus Incineroar right here. Do I really care about the Charizard maxing? I don't. Do I? I don't think I do. I think I just Parting Shot and I throw off an Energy Ball because they might not expect the attack into the... yeah, I don't know if they would expect the attack here. I think I'm just going to Parting Shot here, and I am going to fire off an Energy Ball. This is just... yeah, I think this is okay. Even if they max Charizard, I don't even think it's too bad. I'd probably take the attack just fine, and then I just draw off the attack the next turn. If they protect Gastrodon, if you're going to Fake Out, that's fair too. But, like, Charizard? I mean, I guess if they have Charty Berry, but, like, Meteor Beam might have OHKO'd the Charizard if I just went for a regular Meteor Beam. I don't know about this one, but alright, they do Dynamax the Charizard, which I'm not too surprised. Okay, no protects. That's beautiful. Okay, Airstream comes out into Incineroar. Oh, they don't even weaken the Rayquaza, so that is amazing for me. Rayquaza should outspeed and just OHKO the Gastrodon with Energy Ball here, and then I get Parting Shot off into the Charizard. Oh, that's so good. That's so good. Okay, here comes an Energy Ball into the Gastrodon. Goodbye, Gastrodon. They don't expect the Energy Ball, but Rayquaza getting access to the Energy Ball is such a blessing here. I am able to get a Parting Shot off into the Charizard slot, so I am able to get that -1 special attack on the Charizard. And this is the beautiful thing about Rayogre in this format, because I have that Energy Ball tech, which they're not expecting here. I can go out into Kyogre, I think, very safely, I'm pretty sure. Now I can fire off my Max Geysers if I want to. I could Dynamax the Kyogre, and I think I am going to Dynamax the Kyogre. I think it's pretty safe in the most part. And yeah, this is looking really good. Because if they go hard, if they go Groudon, they're already in a bad spot. If they go hard into Zacian, then what are they going to do? Because they can't make the Groudon play an Airstream because they got to fear the Rayquaza still at the end of the day right here. So yeah, this is pretty difficult for them. And Incineroar looks like my best play here. I just don't know what I'm doing with the Ray. I don't know. I don't think Max Quake knocks out Zacian here. I could go into Scizor and Incineroar. I definitely want to go Incineroar for a slot. I think the best play is just a Geyser here. Geyser there, Zacian, and I think go hard Incineroar. Like, I'm pretty confident that this is the right play. The only interesting part is that they swap out the Zacian actually into that Groudon, but I just don't think it's really that safe of a play here, and I don't think they have the opportunity to go for that. So I'm gonna go for the Incineroar play and just go for the Max Geyser here. Let's see if I could be wrong. I could absolutely be wrong here, but we'll find out. Incineroar will come out, and let's see. They didn't switch here. They could protect, but that's fine. I could probably double on a Ray afterward. And Dynamax Kyogre. They really do struggle with hitting Kyogre for a lot of damage output, especially with this Intimidate. So let's see. What are you going for here? What are you going for here with your Zacian and your Charizard? Because we also know that the Charizard isn't Life Orb, so it's really not a threat to my Kyogre at this point. Let's see. It's going to be a Airstream, okay? Into the Kyogre. We'll take that. As you can see with that Parting Shot earlier, it does absolutely no damage, even if this Kyogre doesn't have bulk. I wish I could take the knockout on the Charizard, but having both the restrictors out at the same time would have been a little bit rough. We do see a play rough though into the Incineroar, which we are able to survive and get a healing, which is really good here. And then next turn, I can already see how this is going to happen potentially. Let's see how much this Max Geyser does to the Zacian right here. Max Geyser does get fired off into their Zacian, and oh, it picks up the knockout immediately. I was not expecting that. Okay, beautiful. Beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. Groudon gonna come in, and this upcoming turn, I mean, I have a pretty safe play. It's generally a safe play. Yeah. Okay, we go for a Max Geyser into the Charizard slot, swap to Rayquaza here. They can't put on the pressure. I don't think Airstream into Precipice Blades can knock out my Kyogre, even with crits. They might also fear Fake Out, but I don't want Kyogre taking Airstream crit from their Charizard potentially. So I'm going to go Ray here to lower their damage output. Having Incineroar for Intimidate still good. As long as I KO this Charizard, I think I do win the game here. Let's find out. I might not knock out the Charizard, but it's still okay, because Rayquaza is still a really good Pokemon in this endgame. They go for the Wildfire into Kyogre, I guess, to get some chip, and it really doesn't do any damage right there. And their Groudon also didn't get a speed boost, which is nice. We do get a Max Geyser off into their Charizard. No weathers on the field. We are able to eliminate the Charizard with the Max Geyser because of the airlock ability. So goodbye, Charizard. Oh, it's a crit. That crit actually might have mattered, because just no Rain and Timid Kyogre without Mystic Water or any boosting item isn't exactly the strongest. But yeah, goodbye Charizard. I in the long run, I don't think it matters at all, because yeah, they went for Precipice Blades. I'm pretty sure that Kyogre will take this even with the Wildfire damage. Yeah, we would have easily taken a crit there. I think the only way they could have won was like Airstream crit in the Sun plus Precipice Blades crit, which is why exactly I want to make the race switch. I think it covered for that. And I also still have, well, I still have the Kyogre that, since they didn't get an Airstream boost, I just go for a Max Geyser into their Groudon, and I just swap back into the Incineroar for an Intimidate. And I have Scizor and Rayquaza to deal out the rest of the game. So Rayquaza will switch out. into the Incineroar. Okay, I didn't have to play around the Zacian as much, so I guess I didn't need to bring the Scizor. Scizor was only there for Behemoth Blade pivot specifically, because if they did something passive like Grimmsnarl combined with Zacian, I was really afraid of that. So that's why I wanted to bring the Scizor, because it kind of punished that option. And it was a good way to hit the Grimmsnarl, especially through screens, because I didn't exactly have the best way to handle it. And I felt Ludicolo would A, want to Dynamax, B, it has inaccurate moves, and yeah, I just don't think it would have been the greatest option to like play around the Gastrodon and just click Leaf Storm generally. I really didn't like that option. So yeah, we are able to pick up the win there, and Rayogre, it's back. It's back, and that's one cool thing about the airlock ability, just able to really help out there. Again, really able to play around their weather and shut it down. Zacian, Kyogre, Incineroar, Zapdos, Grimmsnarl, and Weezing. I actually really love Weezing Kyogre. I've been using it quite frequently during my regular testing, and it's been a lot of fun just being able to shut down the Sun teams that really rely on the abilities here. This is quite an interesting one, because Zapdos is a very difficult Pokemon for my team to deal with. Yeah, it's not exactly easy to deal with the Zapdos right here. I do have Rhyperior, which Rock Wrecker would hurt quite a bit. I'm trying to think about my options here. I kind of want to go Kyogre Rhyperior actually. Is that a bad option? Because I'm Scarf Kyogre, I have Helping Hand my Rhyperior. If they lead Zacian, I could just nuke potentially. Huh. It would only be bad if they let Incineroar plus the Zacian, but I think I could probably play around with my own Incineroar. Do I even like my Rayquaza in this matchup? I kind of don't. It doesn't do anything. Because I like Kyogre, I like Rhyperior lead, and then I like... I guess if... Well, here's the thing. If the Weezing leads, I don't even think you would bring Weezing to the game here, because, like, what does Weezing do against my team? That, sure, you can cancel my abilities, but I don't think it really matters. Maybe for the Zapdos Lightning Rod, but I just don't think you really need it against my team. I'm just gonna go with these four. Let's find out how this goes. I wish I could bring Scizor in this matchup, but again, Zapdos, and Zapdos specifically, that's gonna be the troublesome one. I don't want to bring it in this kind of matchup. Let's find out how this goes. I really do think that Rhyperior Helping Hand Water Spout could be a really good option turn one, and especially if they lead something like Zapdos Zacian, I'd really love to see that. But let's find out. It's gonna be Zacian plus the Weezing. Interesting lead. Okay. Huh. A pretty good lead for me, I think. I do lead the Kyogre plus the Rhyperior. Rhyperior is actually in a pretty interesting position right here on its own. I kind of just want to go for a Helping Hand Water Spout if I can. It does so much damage right here to their team, and I don't see a problem with it, because, I mean, the Zacian will survive one Water Spout. I don't know if the Weezing will. I think it comes down to its item. I don't know who they're targeting either. I could also just go for a high horsepower Water Spout, which isn't a bad option either. I guess that's a fair option too, now that I think about it. There is also a chance that Zacian could protect and Weezing goes for a Wisp, but that means they lose their Sash on Weezing, and I can threaten high horsepower the next turn. They also don't have the Sword ability because of the neutralizing gas on the field, so I wonder if they switch out Weezing, because if they switch out Weezing, it was better to just go for the attack. Oh, this is perfect. They protect Weezing. That's awesome for me. Okay, Water Spout. Now, what did they go for afterward? Because I can KO the Zacian right here, and that's really nice. Assuming I hit, of course. And then who did they target? They went for Behemoth Blade in the Rhyperior? Oh, this is so good if that's the case. Yeah, this is really good. Okay. Wow, Rhyperior took that because they don't have a boost. I didn't even need my Sash intact. High horsepower going to come out. And that's no bulk Rhyperior, by the way. That's actually really impressive. Goodbye, Zacian, because Zacian has 170 attack, but goodbye, Zacian. Okay. Was that the best option though? Because maybe it was better to have Zacian around, because now if they have Zapdos, they can go hard into Zapdos right here. And it gets a little bit tricky. A Grimmsnarl? That is not what I would expect here. Okay. Why? Trying to figure this out, because they brought Grimmsnarl and they brought it in the back, which is not what I expect. Is this fake out? I can protect Water Spout, or I could Helping Hand Water Spout. Those are options that I do have here. I might as well just go for the Helping Hand. No, I think I just protect Water Spout. Yeah, Because they don't have Prankster on the field because of the Wheezing. And they say with the Wheezing, I get a Water Spout before they can do anything other than Fake Out or Sucker Punch. Yes, I get a big Water Spout off. Maybe Helping Hand could have knocked out, but I wasn't sure if it was Fake Out from the Grimmsnarl and then the Wheezing just going to take a target. They go for a Sludge Bomb into Kyogre, which is fair. Okay. Did a Spirit Break double up? No, Light Screen. Okay, they're setting up a late game Light Screen. Don't know about that one. Because now I just Helping Hand Water Spout, pick up 2 knockouts, and then I'm pretty sure I do win the game at this point. Yeah, I think I do way too much damage to them. What's their last Pokemon? Zapdos or Kyogre? Because if it's Kyogre, I like win with Ludicolo. They switched out the Kyogre comes in. Okay, but Kyogre, even with Light Screen, doesn't appreciate this Helping Hand Water Spout going to be thrown off into it. Okay. And I could have also doubled up that slot potentially. Water Spout is going to come out, knock out the Wheezing, and okay, less damage to Kyogre, but I guess I also wasn't factoring that there is no rain on the field. Rain is now set up on the field, but yeah, we're okay now. Ludicolo just wins at this point, I'm pretty sure. Like, I don't think they can do anything to Ludicolo specifically. I go for Protect Rhyperior and I click Water Spout. If they go for, because again, their only options are Fake Out and Sucker Punch. If I KO the Grimmsnarl, I just win with Ludicolo because their Kyogre should not be able to handle my thing at all. So yeah, I just go for Water Spout here and I don't see it. They go for no Dynamax in this. Okay. Scary Face. Okay, makes sense. If I lose Kyogre here, it's not even that bad. This is Water Spout? Yeah, it's Water Spout. I don't even care about losing these Pokemon. Now that I know it's Scary Face Grim, I don't even need my Rhyperior anymore. So let's see if Water Spout probably doesn't knock out the Grim with this range, but it might put in range of Fake Out, which is pretty important. The Water Spout going to come out. Yeah, I think that's Fake Out range from Incineroar, if I'm not mistaken. And I just draw off the Helping Hand here, and I guess a Water Spout because they might go for a Water Spout Spirit Break here. And if that's the case, my Kyogre should still outspeed the Grim, I think, with the Choice Scarf. So yeah, I'll just try to knock out the Grim here, and then I bring out the Ludicolo and just win at this point. So Helping Hand here, they go for Reflect. Okay. What did I have in the back that I could have brought? Because I guess Rayquaza. And I don't remember my last Scizor, yeah, but yeah, I don't bring those right here. We go for a Water Spout. Does this KO the Grim? That's pretty important. Not a knockout. I just go Incineroar, then I click Fake Out into the Grim. I could also Fake Out the Kyogre, but the Kyogre can max here, and if they max, it's a little bit annoying. So yeah, we just bring out the Incineroar right here. I think I probably retreat my Kyogre here because they should be clicking a water move regardless. I guess if they go for Max Lightning, it's a little bit strange, but I don't know if they're going to do that against my Kyogre at this point. But I think I'd rather just have Ludicolo full HP and not risk like a Thunder coming out from their Kyogre or a Max Lightning potentially, because that would be really awkward if I switch into Max Lightning with Ludicolo and then, oh wait, then they're back in the game. So let's just wait to patiently bring out our Ludicolo because Ludicolo should be able to win this end game, I'm pretty sure. Just because of the fact that I don't think their Kyogre can do anything. I keep changing terrain, so Max Lightning's not going to do much. Hailstorm's not going to do much. Kyogre, I don't think has any coverage against Ludicolo that I'm aware of that could actually change it. They could go for Ice Beam Freeze, I guess. Fake out into their Grim. Okay. So Grim does go down, and a Water Spout. Yeah, so I could have swapped in the Ludicolo, but why take that risk when it's super unnecessary? Incineroar actually goes down here, even after the Kyogre has been weakened on their side. Oh, it's a crit. That's why. Okay. Or it could have been like choice. Otherwise, it would have had to been like Choice Specs or maybe Mystic Water potentially on maybe a few rolls. Because the Kyogre's like at what? Like it's at 60, 70-ish. Yeah, so we go Ludicolo here. And now Ludicolo should just win the game, I'm pretty sure. We go for Overgrow a bunch of times and should secure it right here. We could protect to stall out Eternal Light Screen. I should have protected to stall out Eternal Light Screen, I suppose. That would have been fine. Yeah. Maybe I just go for the... Maybe I should have just went for that. But at the end, I don't know if the Kyogre can live. There's 3 Overgrows. Even if they Max Guard, Protect... Or not, Max Guard, Attack, Max Guard. I still have a Leaf Storm available. Well, I guess they could go on the Leaf Storm miss. I mean, they still need to do damage to the Ludicolo, which I think that's the difficult part, because this Dynamax Ludicolo, I don't know if they have enough options. We're going to see a Dynamax on the Kyogre. Okay, maybe. But this game's not 100% over yet. Maybe a Max Lightning to another Max Lightning after Rain's over. Because I guess Rain is going to be stalled out in a bit. Which is why I kind of want to go on the offense now and get the damage if I possibly can. We'll find out. We go for the Overgrow right here into the Kyogre. This is Life Orb Overgrowth, but they do have Light Screen, so they should do like 50%. A little bit less. Or no, it's about the same mark, yeah. And then even after Grassy Terrain, they should still go down to an Overgrow. Them changing terrain doesn't matter here. I wonder, what did they go for? It is Lightning, yeah. So they changed the terrain. They don't get the healing. My only problem is, yeah, Lightning doesn't do too much to Ludicolo. I'm just worried about a Lightning crit now, because crits are the way they win this game. And I don't know who's faster between my Kyogre and Ludicolo, especially, yeah, the rain does stop, which I was anticipating. So maybe this game's not over yet. Let's find out. Ludicolo, can you get the KO onto their Kyogre? Because if we can pick up the knock on Kyogre, that would be beautiful right here. And I mean, really beautiful. So can we pick up the knock on Kyogre, please? Please? Don't get crit. I don't think Max... I don't know. This is terrain boosted Max Lightning. And if they crit, it looks really close here. They go for the Max Guard, which makes sense. Yeah, that makes sense. But at the end of the day, we still get the same power, basically. Yeah, so we go for the Overgrow here. I guess... oh, actually, is it better play the Geyser in that situation? No, because I still have to hit a Leaf Storm at the end of the day. I guess if Max Overgrow doesn't KO the Kyogre, but I'm pretty sure it does because they didn't get the Grassy Terrain healing. But if I was unsure, maybe I'd have to risk a Geyser and then hitting a Leaf Storm in the end game, because I'd get my Swift Swim back. A Lightning comes out into the Ludicolo. I don't think the terrain was enough with a crit. I think they needed a double crit. They needed a crit on the first Lightning, and then they needed a crit with the second one in order to pick up the knockouts. So, or maybe they just needed one out of two crits. Maybe they needed... no, I'm pretty sure if they crit the first one and they don't crit the second one, they don't pick up the knockouts. So, ooh, Ludicolo able to finish up the Kyogre in the end game. It was a lot closer than I expected, but Ludicolo was still strong enough at the end of the day. And yeah, being able to hit the Kyogre, just absorb its attacks, it really not doing that much. We have good special defense, and we were able to save it for specifically dealing with their Kyogre in the end game was pretty clutch. And yeah, Rhyperior able to take the turn one knockout. We were able to really, like, they played super passively, I think, throughout. They didn't get like anything with their Zacian. Grimmsnarl was only able to get like screens up, which didn't matter because I did have like a very secure way of beating the Kyogre, barring no double crits, of course. And that is the show. Rayquaza Kyogre still a thing and still able to pull through. I think the Scarf Kyogre can really help dish out good amounts of damage, especially to the Zacians. We got a lot of fun techs with this team, just a lot of fun Pokemon in general that I haven't used in a while, and it was like really fun to explore with. We didn't get to really use the Scizor much, but hopefully in the next episode we will be able to use it. And yeah, it was definitely a lot of fun. If you did enjoy this video though, be sure to leave a like down below, leave a comment down below. It really does help me out. And if you want to try out the team, there's a rental code on the screen available for 2 weeks. There's a pay spin available in the description down below with more details. And you can check out the rest of my Series 12 content where I use a lot of fun teams, a lot of cool Pokemon. And don't forget, there is a team builder coming out in the next couple of days if you want to know how I built this team. But that's going to be it for me. Have a great day, people. And until we bow again, I'll catch y'all later.